Boyfriend is mad at me because I went through his phone while he was asleep. By the way, I didn't find anything, but instead of arguing with me, he buys me Chipotle snacks and a card that says, "I'm sorry for not making you feel safe and secure, but there's nobody else but you." Hey guys, and welcome back to Little Player, but you know what time it is. Just seen a little tweet on Twitter concerning a young lady going through the phone of her boyfriend. And I kind of want to just address it as a topic and an issue. Should you be going through your partner's phone when you have suspicions or when you feel insecure? Let's deal with that. Guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for a notification of the uploads. And for those of you who are returnees, you got the minerals. Alright, let's get into the video. So, I'm going to read a tweet out. I blurted out the name because I didn't want her to think. I think she was learning from the process herself. So she put out, and this, I think, we're in a generation now where I feel like people don't want to tell the full story of things, and they tell bits and parts, and they don't realize that when you tell bits and parts of a story, people have different angles and the way they come at a story. And so when you read this particular tweet in a certain way, I'm looking at her like, yo, if I hadn't slowed down and thought about what I wanted to say, and then actually read it again and again just to make sure I got what point she was making, I would have been like, she put in a tweet, "So my boyfriend is mad at me because I went through his phone while he was asleep. By the way, I didn't find anything, but instead of arguing with me, he buys me Chipotle snacks and a card that says, 'I'm sorry for not making you feel safe and secure, but there's nobody else but you.'" Now, this tweet starts with, "So my boyfriend's mad at me because I went through his phone while he was asleep." Now, he did something which is really interesting, okay, where he displaced his anger and decided to actually go and buy something nice for her, to, I guess, assuage or remove his anger and do something nice. And I think it's really interesting because when Twitter gets a hold of anything, Twitter opinions will go on a mad thing without deeping the psychology or deeping even the circumference of a relationship. Okay, now when you're in a relationship with certain people, like, I can understand from a standpoint of looking at this tweet and standalone, as in just looking at it from one angle, I can see, oh, this sounds a bit manipulative, right? And this looks like it's going to end badly, right? Because what you're seeing is that, hold on a minute, a brother couldn't share his anger properly, right? His frustrations at the behavior his missus had engaged with. Then when I bought her stuff in the process, okay, bought her stuff, and then did a card and says, "I'm sorry for not making you feel safe." Do you know what I mean? Right? And because there's no tweet after that saying, "Actually, do you know what? I apologize after because I knew I was wrong for going through his phone, invading his privacy, and I didn't find anything." And we don't get that, right? We just get this single standalone tweet, and then I think there's another tweet after that says, "I feel bad." And so what it sounds like is a person's almost taking advantage of their insecurity as an opportunity to invade the privacy of their partner. Now, if you're in a relationship, this kind of behavior can't last too long. It becomes very toxic very, very quickly. And people can't stand for that kind of behavior for too long. And so I get the reason why the Twitter sphere may be feeling a certain way towards a tweet, but I look at it from another point of view, which is that when people are feeling insecure, it is our job as the partner to make them feel secure, right? And secure as in a way of making sure that we are, assuring that person, no, this is not what it is. This is the reality of it is. Because the truth of the matter is, many women, men too, but many women go through really bad relationships with men lying, cheating, stealing, okay, right? And that does something to your psyche when you trust somebody and they break your trust by lying, stealing, or cheating, right? It does something to you psychologically. And for somebody to be wholesome and whole, it takes effort, work, time. And sometimes and this is why I say to men, you must be accountable for what other men do. If you stand around and pretend as if it's got nothing to do with me, it will come back onto you. This tweet proves it, because somebody else, probably another male, probably has broken this girl's heart in such a way that she now no longer trusts fully what a man says. And then now this insecurity is placed and it's working on her. She now has to check his phone and make sure that she's not, what she's feeling isn't true. What she's feeling isn't correct, right? She's going to be thinking that way because of what she's experienced in the past. So men have to be accountable, not just for themselves, but for other men and what they do, because it will come back onto some shape, some form, somehow. Okay, but I do understand that there's a complexity of the fact that if this behavior continues, it can lead to a manipulating, toxic relationship where she uses her insecurity as an excuse to keep on invading his privacy. And also, if he continues to buy her gifts and instead of just telling her how he truly feels, he actually is avoiding being honest and open with her and transparent about his emotions. And what that can do is a very dangerous game, because that can eventually pile on and eventually explode, and that can cause another toxic relationship. So I totally hear and understand Twitter's feeling towards this tweet, but I want to say, listen guys, man, you know, if you're in a relationship like this, if you are a person who is potentially thinking about going through your partner's phone or has gone through your partner's phone, this is a time to stop. This is a time to stop, okay? Because this is not going to help your security in the relationship. It's going to further drive you mad. The more you invest into looking into it, the more that you're going to be mad. You understand? Yeah? So focus on just driving focus on really driving your energy into being secure in your relationship. And find out the root cause of why you feel insecure, so that you can be secure in the relationship. Yeah? Guys, I appreciate you. Stay locked, stay loaded. We appreciate you as well.
So, for me, I started thinking, like, you're not going to cook for man, like, or come to my house.
I kind of feel like in that situation.
And then on top of that, let me add to it, no. Do you know what she said to me?
Oh dear.
Through the stomach is the way to a man's belly. So the moment I cook for you, then it means this. That's wife duties. I said, babes.
Yikes.
I have friends in university. Girls that will come to my house and they will just cook jollof rice, fried rice. They said, yeah, Tim, come and eat. And my own woman, I said, you're treading a very dangerous line. You're treading a very... And this is the thing. There's girls that are doing things for man that as friends.
Yeah.
And I mean like genuine platonic friends. Yeah. And you as the woman want to say that, yeah, I'm not going to cook for you. I'm not going